Hi guys, what's up? I hope everybody's doing good. This is CA Harish Krishnan, and I'm glad to announce my association with Arivu Pro platform. I'm going to start taking classes for CA Final Paper 3 Advanced Auditing and Professional Ethics on this platform. So, uh, I hope you will make the best use of it. Now, when it comes to CA Final, audit has been one of the most neglected subjects for obvious reasons that people are in articleship, so they believe that they are already auditors, and a lot of people have done self study, and it's become very difficult for people to cross even the 50 marks limit. So it's been a troublesome subject for many, for a simple reason that I told you, that people do self study and then try to make something out of what the complicated topics are, and they lack conceptual understanding. Now, nothing to demean the fact that you want to do self study, but the point is that when somebody who knows the nuances of the subject, when they bring this to you and with practical experience. So, on that note, I would also want to share that I'm a practicing chartered accountant, and I'm in this field of teaching also from the same time as I started my practice, both around a decade or decade plus ago. So it's been my 12th year into teaching right now, and I've guided thousands of students at both inter and final level, of course, even at foundation level. So yeah, that's been my association with students now, and I've seen through students who joined from foundation to who have become chartered accountants, and how they have made use of the conceptual clarity. There are a lot of students who have been my inter students who've come back to understand the concepts at CA final, knowing the importance of conceptual clarity. And I don't really go by believing that there are shortcuts in the process. So every topic has to be dealt in detail. Every concept has to be read and understood, and I believe there is no real substitute for that. So my classes are always in the direction of providing conceptual clarity, the fundamental understanding of what the topic is, and not only just telling you what the topic is. More importantly, I go by making people understand the purpose as to why something has to be read, why something is inducted as part of the syllabus. Is there a real need for us to understand? Because there are a lot of topics which we will not use on a daily basis, they're all part of the curriculum, but the awareness of that could really help, and that too at final level. You don't know which topic can turn out to be money for you tomorrow. Every topic that you deal with, like say for example, there is a bank audit. You may not get a bank audit on day one when you start a practice. You may not get an audit of an NBFC on day one, but understanding the nuances of all these, once you are into practice, you don't know when you will encounter all these, so you can use a lot of it. Like for example, I learned, like, you only audit of a hospital in CA Inter, or back then it was called IPCC or Inter. So I learned audit of a hospital. Then it took me at least 4 or 5 years of practice to get the audit of a hospital. Then, so you don't know which topic you learn or which part of the topic will convert to money later. So not just that you are learning it for the 40 marks in the exam, understanding it from a practical sense gives you a wider exposure to it. Now I also want to keep the classes crisp. There is no unwanted discussion. I generally don't like that, because CA final students time is very very important, and so there are no hundreds of hours of recording. It's a crisp, on to the point, really relevant for the exam, and at the same time giving you the utmost conceptual clarity that is necessary to do the exams well. So also, the subject is characterized in such a way that I have designed a pattern, and they split into two modules, and both of them have a clear index which tells you at what point of time what class is to be done. Now, instead of simply going by the random order given, there is a better order that is told to you in the beginning of the module itself. Will be told you that the classes, if followed in this order, will give you a better conceptual clarity, because sometimes it is good to understand a particular standard first and then understand the other standards later. So your entire classes are also designed in that order, so that it's more like a flow. It is like when you get to the class daily, because you got to spend like at least 1.5 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, depending on your timeline, when you watch a class, it has to give you a, a meaningful conclusion to where you ended, not just like you started some class and you ended it somewhere. Like it gives you a complete experience of, okay, I spent 3 hours today, this is a fruitful completion for me. I'm doing these couple of sessions today, then you can put a tick and, like, feel that, you have achieved your target. So that is how it's been designed. Once again, to be very point blank, I designed it in such a way that it's straight, on to the point, yet explaining the concept crisp and clean. So the whole subject comes down to anywhere between 90 to 100 hours, but there is a lot of places where you have to pause and do your own reading and come back. So with all that, it would just about touch 100 hours, and 100 hours for this subject is pretty good enough for you to deal in detail, have a complete understanding, and get good marks in the exam. Also, at various points, I keep making charts on screen which will help you summarize the entire topic, and you will also have a broader clarity as to what that entire standard is or what that entire topic is. So once you know the framework, it makes your life easy in your revision as well. So yeah, all I'm going to say is you're in for a great ride. So check out the videos of a few classes which have been provided for free. You might have to get an idea to begin with, and understand the style of teaching that I use. And once you're comfortable with that, I think then you can go and do the needful. So I wish you all the best in whatever efforts you're putting to get through your CA final, and I would like to see you through the classes. Thank you.